Yeah, hello. Kaleo. Yeah, a káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Ọ̀rọ̀ tá a fẹ́ gbé yẹ̀wò ni promise to marry me alone and later marry multiple women. Tó bá jẹ́wọ́ ni kí ló máa ṣe sí? Nígbà tí ọkọ ẹ̀ tó pinnu pé sẹ́, ó ṣèlérí pé táyé bá ṣì ń jáyé, tọ́run bá ń jẹ́ ọ̀run, òun ò ní níyàwó méjì, ẹ jọ máa gbé ni ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ayé yín. Ṣàdédédé láàrin ọdún 10 ó ti gbé kìíní wọlé, láàárín ọdún 12 ìmíì tún ti wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀. Nígbà tá a máa fi máa rí bí 15 years ó ti níyàwó 3. Okay, bó bá wá jẹ́ ìwọ ni, kí lo máa ṣe sí? If you were the person, what will you do? When you're married to a man who has promised to marry you for the rest, committed to you, you both committed to each other. We all know marriage is about commitment. But suddenly, within 10 years, he got another wife. Around 12 years, another one is already in there. And before you know, within 15 years, you already have 3 sisters sharing your husband with you. And the question is, what will you do? Will you pack out of the house? Will you still enjoy? Will you love to continue with him as part of the sacrifice and the commitment? And that is the question for tonight. And when we're talking about multiple polygamous marriages, you know, Yoruba people, they are so good at that. That is the area the men are so specialized. They specialize in marrying multiple women, either legally or illegal, because the tradition permits man to marry as many as possible. And if you are in the other religion, which is Muslim cells, according to Prophet Muhammad, said you marry 4 wives. In Christianity, it's 1 man, 1 wife. And the reason why it's 1 man, 1 wife is that you'll be able to control your house as a man. Even when we search Bible, you see Abraham started polygamy. He's the first man that started polygamy. He started it with Agai. Then Agai got another child for him. So he ended up having 2 children with 2 mothers. Then after that, when we trace it down, you will see another great man that has multiple wives. Then uncountable. He has multiple wives and he has concubines. He's number 1. Is yes, let us say we rank it and we rank him as number 1 person who extended the marriage to that side, to that level. Then when he come to his son, what's it called? Solomon. Solomon doubled his father. He has varieties of women for all parts of the planet, millions of concubines. So that is how it started. It started with Abraham and later now continue with other people. And to our own part of life, or let me say your lifestyle as a Yoruba man, and Yoruba beliefs, they surely believed in multiple wives. And back days, they marry as many as possible women. And those women, they helps in farming. with their kids. The more women you have as at that time, the more crops you produce and the more money the man is. And talking about that time, man is more reliable. But that is not the topic for today. Today is there is a lady, she's out. Let me say she's a lady because she's in her 40s. She said he promised me, he promised to marry me alone. I don't even expect any other wives from him. But suddenly he started picking them in one by one. Then I said, what is the status when you people are married? And she said, when we started, he has nothing. He lives in one room apartment, not one bedroom, a room apartment. You know that kind of house? Face me, I slap you. Yeah, where there will be multiples of tenants. It may be 12 rooms, it may be 10 rooms. Some even have a section back and the side. So it depends on the numbers of people that lives here. And they start dating, according to what she told me. They started dating, then after a while, he proposed, and they are legally married. I said, wow. You mean you legally married? And she said, yes, I'm legally married. I have everything to prove that I'm legally married. Okay. Let's take that one aside and let's continue with our discussion. And she said, before I know, my husband used to travel. He used to travel from one place to another. I said, what kind of business is your husband doing? He said, my husband loves to trade. He's buying and selling merchandise. So that is why he travels most of the time. So I said, how long does it take him to travel? He said, sometimes it will go like a month or two. Sometimes it will be like in 2 weeks. Okay. So sometimes it will call that I have to extend my traveling from this day to another one, like essentially like 2 weeks more. But there is no time that he stayed outside more than a month. And my next question is that let's calculate it. In a year, how many months do your husband stay home? He said, hardly he stay home in 3 months. That's 1/4 of the year. And you believe him? He said yes, because he's a loving, caring husband. And we already committed to ourselves in front of God and everybody. So I believe he cannot do such. Well, it's good to believe. But this is a lesson people can learn. Can I? And he said, you can use it as a case to treat in your video. I said, thank you. So he said, before she knew, one sister is already sharing her husband with her. And the next thing was the family came in, Yoruba people. You won't see your in-laws, your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your mother-in-law, barely you see them in a year. But when something like this just showed up, bet me or pardon me, you see them in multitude. Even the one you haven't seen for years, they all comes down and persuade you. And she said they came, and she was so happy to entertain those in-laws. And after she entertained them, they eat, they do everything. Now they said, look at that girl. I mean, look at that lady. That is your husband's new wife. Is that true? We say yes. And not only she's your husband's new wife, but she already pregnant for your husband. And that is one reason why we decided to brought her in, so that you know that your husband has committed atrocity. Okay. I said, what do you do? She says, I was so mad, I couldn't control myself. I walked away, which is good. I didn't say nothing, which is nice, because it's better not to say nothing. I walked away. So I said, what happened after that? And she said, after everybody left, the lady left, and the family also left with her. They all left back to their various, local residents. So the husband called her and begged and begged and begged. So what happened now is to forgive and to forget. And the woman said, yes, I do forgive her. I do forgive him, rather. I forgive him. And he promised that such will not happen. And that was the time. It's about time to celebrate the 10th anniversary wedding. So they couldn't do that anymore, because this one has already come in. So the next thing is to let it go. I said, apart from that, apart from begging, is there anything your husband did? He said, yeah, he brought me a new car as a token of forgiveness. Okay. So you receive bribe. And she said she received. Okay, whether you is talking or it's not talking, but that is part of the bribing. It bribes you. Okay. So they continue the journey. Now, one man husband is now becoming two women's husband. He's now be sharing and sharing and sharing. But unfortunately, the sharing doesn't end up there. It continues because the man travels a lot. Today it may be at Port Harcourt. Tomorrow it may be at Abuja. Next tomorrow it may be at Lagos. And none of these women travel with him. He travels on business trips alone. Business trip alone. And then before they know, another woman already pregnated again. The man already pregnated another woman. So after the woman was pregnated, the third woman, he himself brought that woman home. And he said she's one of, the woman, the third woman was one of his far relative. You don't know, you cannot remember, you don't know who I'm talking about, all kinds of things like that. The man lied that the lady she brought him, she was a relative. That is a lie. The lady she brought in now, the third woman, was a mistress, a new mistress. So they started living like in-law to in-law. But one fateful day, this first wife went to his business center, and she needs to come back home to come back home and pick one or two things, because she still have where to go before the day runs out. So she came home, She came home with bike, not a car. So when she came home, um, the gate man opened the door for her, and she went inside, and she just started hearing, that sound. Àwọn rígí tó bad. But she couldn't believe herself. But rather, she thought the sound is from outside, because the man already told her that morning that he was leaving for a trip, like 9 o'clock. She went outside earlier that day, like 7 o'clock. She left home 7 o'clock. She left the other lady with his husband at home. Now she called them red-handed, having sex in their matrimonial home and bed. And she was so crazy. She packed, she left. Nigeria and Africa and so anything like that is woman. This woman is going to get the blame. So both family came together, they sorted it, and the man apologized again. So she went back to the house and she started living. And the other madam, she left. Immediately everything was exposed. She left and the man got in her own apartment. Okay. So after that was 12 years of the marriage. And when it was around 14 years, this woman employed young girl. A young girl, she's a high school graduate, and she need money to save so that she can continue her education. Somebody brought her in for that job, and she started. She was told she was doing good. Everybody loves her. But suddenly, she always feels tired, nozzle, and it's so irritating. She's sick every minute. She was so lazy to do everything. So the woman called her one day. And the woman said, "What happened?" And she said, "Well, nothing happened." And the woman said, "You already, the way I'm looking at you, it seems as if you are pregnant. You are conceived." And she said, "No. Last 3 days, she just finished her menstrual period. So it's not possible for you to end up your menstrual period 2 days ago and you got pregnant immediately. It may not. It depends on the nature of your body." So the woman let her go. She believes her. And before she knew, the pregnancy continued to grow. And you remember that this man is highly stay-home. Yeah, he lodge here and there in a hotel. Sometimes sometimes he may sell, he's at Abuja, meanwhile he's in Lagos or he's in very nearby hotel where he lodge himself. So each time Madame sent the house help to get one or two things, that is when the maid and enjoy themselves. So at the end of the day, the lady was brought to the hospital. The series of tests was conducted, and she was confirmed she was 2 months old pregnancy. So Madam said, okay, who gave you pregnancy? Mo lo ti róyún, ta ló fún ẹ lóyún ìyá? Where do you get this silly pregnancy? Who gave it to you? But the lady could not say anything. She was just crying. Anytime Madam asked, why? Where do you got this pregnancy for? The next thing will be crying and crying and crying and crying. So they both went back home. The following day, before Madam woke up, the house help had all her belongings and she left back to her parents. So getting there, she narrated everything to her mom. And after narration, she stayed there. So when the Oga Madam wake up in the morning, she couldn't find her. So she went to the police station to log complaint. And the next thing is to go to that lady's family to let them know their daughter's whereabouts. But unfortunately for her, she met the house help there in her mother's house. Now, the discussion just rode on. This is what happened yesterday, and this is what I told her. This is what she told me. Please, mommy, help me ask your daughter who is responsible for the pregnancy. And the house help mother said, don't worry, you can be going. As soon as I know who pregnated my daughter, I will let you know. So the woman went back home. And meanwhile, she was unable to tell her husband what happened because she believes the man doesn't stay home often. How could it be that my husband pregnated my house help? That was our own imagination. So she kept it to herself. But after 9 months, she delivered a baby bouncing girl. So when it's time for the naming ceremony, they brought the child to our father's house. And meanwhile, the father did not inform the first wife about the atrocity, what happened anymore. So suddenly, she was coming from work around 5 p.m. And meanwhile, they started the naming by 4. You know, when Nigeria started when we started occasion, and when you has to be there by 4, you'll be there by 6. And meanwhile, they believe around 1 hour, everything is going to be round up. Because she always left her shop like 6 p.m. So before, and everybody just went. Nothing is going to appear as if something is done. But unfortunately, she just has the feelings to go home. And she went home. And getting home, she saw that what happened. And the next thing she could say, she saw the house help carrying a baby. and the husband standing beside the house help. She said, I fainted. I said, if it were to be me, maybe I by now should have died. You fainted. You better than me. Because I don't think I have that heart to condone all those atrocities. So, and later, the man is no longer begging anymore. It's every day, kí ló fẹ́, ṣó fẹ́ pa mí ni, kí ló dé, ṣó fẹ́ kí n fẹ́ yàwó ni. So that is a continuous argument. The man nag like nagging. Any little things, we start to nag, talk, we start to do all sorts of things in order to frustrate her. Meanwhile, it was the one that did the wrong thing. It was the one that's supposed to beg. But now I believe it's too much of begging. Why will I beg her? I have the money, that is why I married her. I have the money, that is why I married the other woman. Is there anything bad in that? If you're not pleased, if you're not satisfied, please go home. Leave me alone. Truly, I promise, truly, we agree to marry each other. But you cannot expect me to hold on to you till death do us apart. And this woman now, she find it so hard to believe the situation she was into. Truly, she was comfortable when it comes to money. But, I mean, satisfaction is not there. Comfortable. It's only money. Before she asked for dime, the man already gave him like $5. So the question is, if you had that person that went through all this, what will you do? When your husband you're married to legally end up having, for now, having 3 women, apart from you, total you enough for a number. And meanwhile, the man is still agile and healthy. Nobody knows what is going to happen tomorrow. Will you leave your marriage because he has chosen to be a multiple woman's husband? Will you stay there because you are committed to have one husband? Will you stay in the marriage because of your children? Will you stay in the marriage because it gave you money? As we all know, money is a root of all evil. And money is not everything. Peace of mind should be the most important. And one thing is, she's trying to divorce him. But the problem is, when she go to court to do that, the man will be sentenced to jail. You know, we Yoruba people, the way we think, we have good reasoning. We reason fine. We reason fast. We reason like nobody can reason like us. That is we Yoruba people. The next thing people will be saying, oh, ó ti lọ tọkọ ẹ̀ mọ́lé nítorí ó ń fẹ́ yàwó rẹpẹtẹ, òkè lójú òrírí. Yeah, is that a new thing? Because your husband marry multiple women, does that mean you should sentence him to jail? And it's going to affect the children she bear. So the question is, if you are in that position, what will you do? I would love if you can leave me a message. I will read it. And if possible, we can continue on this topic. Depends on numbers of message I received. And depends on the numbers of view I got. So that will determine whether we're going to continue on it or we are not going to continue on it. We all know marriage is committed, just like you're committed to until death do us apart. But sometimes it's not until death do us apart too. Whatever is not going to give you happiness, and Bible even lay emphasis. It said, if your eyes will not let you get into heaven, take it out. Yeah, because it's not easy for man. It's not easy for man that your wife brought you the different kind of woman. No, your wife brought you different kind of men, rather. Today, he brought you tall man. Tomorrow, he brought you short man and said, this is my husband. I just married to this man. And next tomorrow, he brought you Rara. No man will take that. And all the same, whether man takes it or not, I'm not, it depends on what you can bear. But sometimes the happiness is most important. Because the more you think about the past, what your husband has done for you, and the fearing is there because you don't know what he's going to do in future. Because the past is already bad, like bad Joe. The past already damaged. So the fear is there. The scaring is there. Well, it depends on what you want for yourself. That's what I told her when she asked me, what will I do? I said, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm going to help you to put it outside there for people that can reason more than I can do. I can't reason, no. I'm so sorry. I wish I can reason, but I can. I don't like too much of reasoning or thinking. So that is why I thought, okay, I'm going to put it outside there for people to see and for people to hear. So whatever they said, yeah, I will let you know. That is why your contribution is very important. That is why you have to contribute your own path. And I don't want you to look at it as if, oh no, this hasn't happened to me and this will never happen to me. You can't tell what is going to happen. It's only tomorrow that can judge tomorrow. Today cannot judge tomorrow. Even today cannot judge the past. Past has already passed. So, my brother, my sister, my everything. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I'm very glad I have you people. I'm very confident in having you view my video. I love you all. Thank you. Please kindly leave your message. Then we continue tomorrow by God's grace. Tomorrow by 5 p.m. I want you to join me on another exciting topic that we're going to treat tomorrow. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.